Oh my God, who's ready for day 3? I'm so excited. I'm always so excited. Okay, hop on, come on in. Let's do this. Okay, is everybody waiting like till exactly 6? All right, who's here? Say hi. Oh wait, let me get to the comments. Will appear here. Okay, awesome. Heidi, hey. Bray, how's it going? Lindsay, all right, come on in. Let's do this. Let's get started. All right, Heidi, yes, you're first. Lindsay, hi. Oh my gosh, who feels good today? Who is feeling the energy? Who is feeling the shift? Hey, Priscilla. Who is feeling this massive shift in energy this week? Nipper, hi. Elizabeth, hi. Lindsay, good, good, yes. Let's keep this going. Let's keep this going. We got 2 more days. And I rewrote everything last night again. Hey, Michelle, because I taught you Thursday's lesson yesterday. So I'm really cramming things in. I'm trying to give you as much as possible. Hi, Margarita. Heidi, awesome. Okay, so I did yesterday, or tomorrow's lesson yesterday, which means you're gonna be learning even more this week, even more than I had planned, because when I speak, it's intuitive, which means I just speak what I feel. Like what you need to hear is what I speak. And I'm so connected with you guys and with my clients that sometimes they don't even have to tell me what's going on, right? I just say what needs to be said and I trust the message. I feel great other than being in Vegas grilling in 200 degrees. I remember Vegas. I lived in Vegas for 2 years with my ex-husband, and I loved Vegas. But yeah, the heat. Austin is not that hot right now, but Austin is still too hot for me. Punani, hi. Okay. So there's a big energy shift. You all are feeling it. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling so revived. Yesterday, I was like, this is only Tuesday. How is it only Tuesday? Love Vegas. Yes. Love Vegas. Yes. Okay. So, all right. So, who's ever heard of a love block? If you've heard of a love block, put a 1 in the comments. If you haven't heard of a love block, but you've heard of a money block, put a 2. Put a 2 in the comments. Put a 1 or a 2. Love block, money block, 2. Love block for 1, money block for 2. Okay. I think, Rachel, where have you been? We've been waiting for you. Never heard of either. The cat. Yeah, did you see? I clapped. She's like, oh, okay, that's apparently, mom's unavailable for that behavior. Neither, okay. So basically, it's this energetic block that I was feeling when I could not manifest my future husband, right? Hi, Jess. Tell Basil you're not available. Basil, we're not available. Sabrina, hi. So have you heard of a love block or a money block? 1 for love block, 2 for money block. So there was this energetic block where I knew he was supposed to be my future husband. Well, I knew we were supposed to be together, right? Heard about a love block earlier today. Yes, I posted about it. So I knew we were supposed to be together, and I felt this magnetic energy with him, right? Who feels the energy with their soulmate? Put energy. Give me some love hearts. Put the word energy, right? You feel this energetic connection with your soulmate, and yet you feel this energetic block, right? Right? You feel the connection, but you feel like there's this like big wall blocking you from exactly what you know is supposed to happen, right? Energy, energy, energy. Yes, yes. So a love block or a money block is something that keeps you blocked from what you're supposed to get, right? From your future, right? And a lot of times, we in personal growth, we know about these money blocks. We know about these love blocks. Hi, Laura. We know about these money blocks. We know about these love blocks. That's okay, Laura. I'm glad you're here. We know about these love blocks. And we in personal development, we go looking for these money blocks so that we can make a shit ton of money. We go looking for these love blocks, right? And so we go on this hunt. What's the block? What's the block? Well, the block is everything that we've been talking about. Our beliefs, our past, our pain, right? All these things that we've been talking about, all these things that have happened in our past are keeping us from truly believing, right? So for me, my parents eventually bought a home, and it was a mobile home, and we lived in a mobile home park, right? And so I had this like mobile home mentality where just kind of like still not a lot of money, right? Not a lot of money. So I had this mentality around money, right? And we have this mentality around love because we haven't had a lot. We haven't gotten our soulmate. Yes, there are a lot of blocks. Health block is another one. When people don't allow health into their lives. Yes, I'm a little late. I may have to leave early. Okay, Sam, we're so glad you're here. We are so glad you're here. So we have this past, right, where we've come from. And while there's nothing wrong with that, we want to say goodbye. We want to say goodbye. Everybody, let's say goodbye to our past, right? But our beliefs are still linked to our past, right? So we are feeling these energy shifts, right? Where when you're with me, when you're on these calls, when you're in this group, when you're pumped up, when you're around these amazing women in this group, right? When you're here, you're so excited. You're so on fire, right? But you get off, he doesn't text you back. He's not calling. And he doesn't call. Or he sends you a mean text. Or something else happens. Like maybe you don't eat dinner, right? And you're a little bit hungry and a little bit irritable, right? So then your energy goes down, okay? So when your energy goes down, you lose sight of your vision. You start thinking, it's never gonna happen. How is this even possible? Yeah, sure, maybe Nichole gets her soulmate, but maybe it's just not gonna happen for me, right? And then you come back into this group. You get on the live with me, and tomorrow you're feeling great. These energy dips are keeping you from your soulmate, right? You're with me, you're up here, you believe, you're saying all the right things, and then something happens and you drop and you stop believing. And even if you stop believing for that 1 minute, it's like a mirage, right? You see the water and then you don't. And when you stop believing, borrow the energy. Borrow the energy. That is why you're here. Yes. Yes, Elizabeth. When you stop believing, when your energy dips, you lose that vision. And that is why you are getting inconsistent men. That is why they are hot and cold. It isn't them. It is you. And when you shift that energy, when you can show up 100% and you believe it, Elizabeth, glad you're here. When you can show up 100% and when you truly believe it, everything shifts. They stop being hot and cold. Imagine that. Because you stop being hot and cold, right? So every time, and I know, I know it's hard. I know it's hard to stay high vibe. Janet, hi, how are you? I know it's hard to stay high vibe. I know. I've been through it, right? And so what we want to do is we try to do these things, right? Like we meditate, we journal, we go on walks, we do grounding, right? We're doing all these things, raise the vibration. We're doing all these things so that we can stay high vibe, and yet we're burnt out. We are burnt out. Who here is burnt out? Who here is burnt out? You're tired of working so hard to still not get what you want. Who's burnt out? Let me hear you. Because I know that you're burnt out. I know that you're tired. I know that you think that you're doing all the right things. And you are. You're doing a lot of the right things, right? There's some things missing or else it would work. I promise you, right? You're doing all the things, but where the hell is he? Where is he? When you're doing all the right things, you're tired. You're burnt out. Crispy critter right here. You're burnt out, right? But here's the thing. This is where you need the support. You need support from someone who understands you need this energy. You need to keep showing up. You need to keep believing, even when he doesn't text you back. Even when they're not calling. Even when you guys get in a fight, right? You have to keep your energy up, and you have to keep fried. You have to keep believing. You have to keep believing. And how do you do that? How do you do that? How do you keep believing when you are so burnt out? You're tired. You're tired. You have to start me. Okay, I was like, Mr. You have to start flipping the switch on every single belief. You have to start flipping the switch on every single belief, right? The belief that you always get the guys who won't commit. The belief that you always get the narcissistic relationships. The belief that you always get guys that show up for 6 months and then drop off, right? How do you flip the switch on those beliefs, right? And that's what I help you with. That's what I help you with. When you start feeling this drop in energy, that's when you message me, right? That's when you show up here. That's when you come to this group, right? Because we cannot be hot and cold anymore. We cannot be hot and cold. We have to know exactly what we want in order to get it. We have to be consistent with our own energy. The belief that you are not deserving. Yes. When we are consistent with our own energy, Then we believe. Then we stop picking the bad men. We stop picking the bad relationships. Right? I've held the belief that I always get the odd ducks, and man, did they just get odder and odder as time. I had that belief too. Yeah, I was like, why are all these weirdos attracted to me? I gotta go. And then I started ignoring it. I started not being available for that. Right? Hi, Stephanie. So we've got to stay high vibe. But we don't want to be burnt out. And when we're doing all these things, right? When we're doing meditation, when we're doing journaling, when we're doing grounding, when we're doing, what else do we do to stay high vibe? Oh, gratitudes, right? When we're doing all these things, I was going to say yoga. I love yoga. Anyway, when we're doing all these things to stay high vibe, it runs us down even more, right? Who is tired of doing all the things to stay high vibe and it's not working because you're running yourself down with this to-do list of self-care, right? They just always like to clean themselves. Is she doing that? Oh my God. Okay. Thanks for pointing that out. Nobody look over. Oh my God. Well, she stayed high vibe. Oh my God, that's embarrassing. Long walks, nature outings, Tai Chi, visualizations. Yeah. But a lot of times we're doing all the things to stay high vibe, and doing all the things is just adding another thing that we have to do, and that's where our self-care, Basil, self-care is wearing us out, right? Our self-care is wearing us down too. And so we just totally go to this place where we're depleted, right? And when we're depleted, we stop believing, right? So the things that we are doing, who's doing the self-care? Put self-care in the comments. And if you're doing stuff, like you put what you're doing. Because I know that a lot of the times our self-care is actually depleting us, right? Are you guys doing self-care? There's 22 people on here. So what happens is you think that, yes, you want to give up when you're tired. Yeah, self-care. Okay. You think that by doing gratitudes, of course, self-care, yes. And burnt out, yeah. So it's still not, you think that by doing all this list of self-care things, right? Yes, resentment because you're doing all the work. Why can't he be there? Self-care. So here, this is where you're going wrong, right? And I don't want to like say don't do self-care, right? But you haven't figured out. Hi, Danica. Hi, how are you? You haven't figured out how to really implement the self-care in your life so that you stay high vibe. All the self-care is wearing you down even more. Okay? Right? So you know what to do. Meditations, long baths, journaling, over exercising. Oh yeah. Purging my house and getting rid of unneeded things. I need to do some spring cleaning. I was thinking that today. Yes. So, you think that you need to stay high vibe. And so you guys know that you need to do self-care to stay high vibe. You guys know that you need to do yoga, meditation, journaling, baths. And by the time, I find that having good boundaries is a key piece of success, yeah. By the time you get done with all your self-care, it's like 5 o'clock at night. It's like you've been spending the whole day trying to get high vibe and you're exhausted. send me some love hearts, right? Who here is like, yeah, there's so much self-care and I'm exhausted from the self-care. So these things, these self-care things, are the things that are going to fix us. They're the things that are going to help us get there. But those things aren't working because it's actually wearing us out, right? And again, I'm not saying don't do the self-care, but it's more like 11 p.m. Danica, you have a longer list than I do. Yeah. So you're doing all the things, but you're just doing too many of the things. My self-care involves more making sure I get my goals met. I'm taking a shower and staying hydrated. Yes. All the internal work to be a better person. I'm like over it. Yes. Self-care, listening to Nichole Carlson's videos over and over. I do sats, ignore 3D. Yes. I'm tired, meditation, all that comes out. So the things that you're doing, like you know you're doing all the things to manifest a soulmate. Hi, Kara. You're doing all these things to manifest a soulmate. But these things that you're doing are not the right things. No. They're not the right things. I didn't put water. Oh. Where is she? They're not the right things. I mean, they are some of the right things, but if they were the right things, it would be working by now. It would have been working. So, you need some assistance with figuring out how to do self-care that actually makes you high vibe. Organizing, cleaning, loving me with everything looking pretty, eating good, for my food for my body, exercise, meditating, smiling. Yes. So you need to do these things in a way that doesn't exhaust you. And the way to do that is not to do this list of self-care. The way to do that is to get in tune with your soul. Start living a soul-led life. And while self-care is good for the soul, your soul does not always want a bath and yoga and meditation and journaling. But if you can really tune in to what you need and what your soul needs, then you're not going to be exhausted from the self-care. And then your energy is going to be high. Then you're going to be able to maintain this belief that he's going to show up. This belief in your soulmate. This vision. And it's in maintaining this vision that they start to show up and they start to be consistent, because you are being consistent, right? Who follows me? Who gets this? Let me know. Overexercising is not self-care, darling. It's overgiving. You get exhausted. Long baths are great, though I love them. Yes. So, do we all know how to get a consistent man showing up for us? Get a consistent relationship? Do we all know? It's in your energy. I get it just seems really hard to do. It is. It is very, very hard to do. Very hard to do, right? Because right now, you're probably not really in tune with your soul. You're probably not 100% listening to your soul, right? Slow down to go fast. That is so right. Yes. By being consistent. Yes. by you believing consistently, you being able to stay high vibe, high energy, and keeping that vision and that belief. Because what happens? Did I tell you that my future husband, in October of last year, in 2019, I'm like, what year is this? 2019, he broke up with me in a text. Did I tell you that? Did I tell you? Did I tell you that? Self-care means different things. Yes. Yes. Did I tell you that? So he broke up with me in a text. What happened? What happened? Do you guys know what happened? I freaked out. Okay, this is a funny story. Totally on par, and you guys can totally relate. I freaked out. I was like, oh my God, where is he? What's going on? And I texted him, right? And I was like, what's going on? I don't even know where you are, blah, blah, blah. Like, really, like, totally out of the ordinary. Right? So I did not tell him. So he goes, this isn't working out. And what did he say? This isn't working out. I don't know, but he was like, basically, I can't do this. Oh yeah, I can't, this isn't working out. I can't do this. And I was like, that's pretty much a breakup. That is really, and I freaked out and I started crying and I was like, oh. And then I realized that I was having bad energy and that I manifested him breaking up with me. Right? So what did I do? What did I do? You guys know what I did, right? I did not tell him I was unavailable for that, but I acted as if I was unavailable for that. That's when you were getting off your high vibe energy, might have been off. Yes, yeah, totally. That's what I said. Yeah, absolutely. My high vibe, my energy was off. I was freaking out. I was like, where is he? So I said, okay, I'm unavailable for this. And I ignored his text. And then I gave it a few days. And then I acted as if it never happened. And you know what? It never happened. Nothing happened. He just kept showing up. He just kept, acted like everything was normal. Right? We never mentioned that. Never mentioned it. But I knew you ignored his breakup. Yeah, because that was the only time I freaked out. That was the only time I freaked out, and it freaked him out, and he responded in that negative energy. And then I calmed myself down, and then I went back to high vibe. So how do you stay high vibe when you get a breakup text, right? How do you get high energy when you get a breakup text? These are the questions that you have to face day to day. This is where the real problem lies. You can sit here and you can tell me all the right answers in a live. You can sit here and tell me all the right answers on your homework. But when it comes to real life, when it comes to really following your soul and knowing how to actually manifest this, it gets a little bit muddy. Feels like it pulls puts all the responsibility on you. Everyone freaks out sometimes. Where's the responsibility in the guy? Here's the thing. You are the creator. Heidi, yeah. You are the creator of your own destiny. Right? It was me who freaked out. If he said it to my face or over the phone, then I would say, you know what? I'm going to give you some time. Let's talk about this later. I have a question. I have an anxious attachment style. How would you stay high? That is exactly, yeah, I was totally anxious. Yeah. Okay, first of all, you can change that. So stop saying that you have this anxious attachment style. Decide that you're going to change that. The other thing is, know that you can change that. You know that you have control over that, right? And so this is exactly what I'm talking about, right? You can say that, you can say all the right answers, but when it comes to real life, how do you stay high vibe? How can you stay soul aligned? That is a ticket. Everything comes back to you being soul aligned, right? If you're soul aligned, this is the answer. If you're soul aligned, your soul will call in money. Your soul will call in your soulmate. Your soul will call in all the things your soul wants. But you have to be saying yes to what your soul wants. So if your soul doesn't want to take a bath, then you don't take a bath, right? If your soul doesn't want to do yoga, you don't do yoga because you're supposed to do yoga, right? So you have to stay soul aligned and know that everything is coming to you, and you have to trust that, right? You are the creator of your own destiny. You are responsible for your own destiny. If they are not behaving like you want them to behave, who knows the answer? Who knows the answer? I'm not available for that, right? Because there are always going to be people who come into your life and they don't treat you right. There are going to be those people, and we just walk away. Yes. So hard after being cheated on. Yes. Your soul knows what's right for you. Your soul knows, karma train. Have that karma truck pick up your ex, right? Your soul knows. Yes, I'm not available. I'm not available. But how is it day to day, right? How is it day to day? It gets a little bit muddy, right? It gets a little bit crazy. It gets a little bit, he just broke up with me. What the hell do I do, right? And when you know what your soul wants, my soul didn't want to freak out. My soul didn't want to freak out. That was not soul aligned for me to freak out, right? And he didn't, I don't even really think he knew what was going on. I think it was just manifested. I just manifested a breakup. And I think that it was partly because, I think it was definitely it was because I manifested it, because I had negative energy. And you guys have been there. But also I think it was because you guys need to know the power of manifesting, and that you have the power to drive them away, and also you have the power to bring them in and manifest the relationship you want. He was just mirroring your energy. Yes, Margarita, that is exactly. Right? So we have to stay consistent. Yes, we can't control other people, but we can control our reactions. Make your reactions positive. All of your experience brought you here. Yeah, it kind of sucks that, it's our responsibility, but if you think about it, it also gives us a lot of power that we didn't feel like we had before. Because in the past, probably all these things happened to us. But if we were actually manifesting everything that happened in our past, that means we can manifest something different. And that's where it gets exciting, right? Because you manifested all this stuff in the past, right? Of course, there's always things out of your control that other people are manifesting, and, bad things do happen, right? But for the most part, we are creating all these things, right? We're creating these things that keep happening to us. But if you realize that it's your beliefs around these situations that keep bringing this in, then you realize you can change those beliefs and you can actually start getting what you want. Right? So you're manifesting. You're already manifesting. You're manifesting things that you don't want. Right? Because you're powerful. Right? You're super powerful. So how does that feel? To know that you have been is that Toko? How does that feel to know that you've been manifesting all these things and that you're actually that powerful, and that now that you know that you've been doing this, you can flip the switch and manifest exactly what you want, right? It feels super powerful for me, right? Are these scrolling? Oh, they're not scrolling. Tiana, Toko, yes, it was you, okay? We all have our own free will, good and bad, exactly. Yes. And I mean, like, there's always things that, like, happen, like the coronavirus, right? I don't have the answer for that one, okay? I just don't. Excited to the new manifestation of good things that I want, yes. Yes, yes. Feels empowering to know. Yes. And when you think about that, you realize that, yes, I knew it was you. You realize that now you can actually choose something different. Good, Elizabeth, good. Good. So, what have we been manifesting? We've been manifesting these love blocks that keep us from our soulmate, right? We've been, and a lot of times these love blocks show up in self-sabotage. We're sabotaging our own relationships, kind of like I did last October, right? Totally sabotage that. I was like, oh, don't do that again. I learned. Hasn't happened since. We're good. All he's been talking about since then is marriage. I'm like, okay. He talks about it more than I do. Manifesting assholes, which means there's some beliefs that you have that are now, they're love blocks that are keeping you from manifesting your soulmate. That is kind of funny, right? So now you need to, like, pull those weeds, get rid of those love blocks, right? And getting rid of the love blocks is easy, right? You have to follow soul, because your soul knows. Your soul knows, right? That's why your soul is calling to your soulmate. Your soulmate is like, come on, hurry up. I'm waiting. There's a block. Remove the block, right? So your soulmate's waiting for you. I promise, okay? So we got to pull out those weeds, those blocks, right? By following soul, right? And by following soul, we get our vibrations up. We get our energy up. We get our beliefs up. And then collapse time and space. Collapse time and space. Are you guys with me? How do we get more in touch with our soul? That is about, number one, I would say to do the healing video. Because even when I work on manifesting good things over and over again, no results, like you said. I'm working so hard. Yeah, okay. You're not doing all the things. Something's going on there. Definitely, okay? We need to heal, right? So, just like the abused dog that we talked about yesterday, right? Your soul is like in a corner, in a dark room. It's hurt because we have been like putting it through so much crap, right? Putting it in these relationships with people that treat us like shit, right? So every time we put ourselves in that and put our soul in that relationship, Yes, he is waiting for you, right? Every time we put ourselves in that negative relationship, we are abusing our soul even more. So it's going to take some coaxing to get your soul to communicate with you, to get in touch with your soul. So it's going to take, like you would like a hurt dog, like an abused dog. It's going to take some coaxing to get the dog to trust you. So you have to go through the healing videos. Go through that over and over again, definitely. But spend some time with yourself. The other thing is, stop being so busy. Calm the shit down. Calm the shit down. We are so busy, especially as women, right? We're so busy that we are not connected to our soul, right? So we need to calm the shit down, okay? So that will start to get you connected to your soul, okay? So, manifesting. You have to know exactly what you want. If you are in a conflict, right? If you are in a conflict, inner conflict, where you like know this is your soulmate, but he's not acting like what you want, or like what a soulmate would want, right? It's not going to work. So there's something going on there. Either he's not your soulmate, or you're not soul aligned, right? So once you become soul aligned, collapse time and space, right? Or the karma truck will take your ex, right? One of the two is going to happen. You have to be soul aligned, right? So you have to you can't have that inner conflict. And I know a lot of you have expressed that you have that inner conflict. You're like, I know he's my soulmate, but he's kind of acting like an asshole, right? That's an inner conflict. So you cannot have that to be able to manifest your soulmate. This is why we have this, lots of things. Okay, I'm just gonna let that one go because that was like half a thought. Okay, so you can't have that inner conflict if you're going to manifest. Okay, so you are saying, here's your homework. You are saying that you want your soulmate. It's way more than that. It's way more than that. It's knowing your soul is like a little child, right? It wants the cookies off the grocery store aisle, right? Your soul wants the cookies, right? Which is, yeah, your soul wants these things, right? But you keep swatting the hand and no, right? So your soul has stopped talking to you. Your soul is like a little child inside of you. You have to like be able to communicate with your soul, and it takes a little bit of time. But yeah, being balanced actually helps you be able to communicate with your soul. Okay? So your homework, you're saying you want one thing. You're saying you want your soulmate. Every time that you act like you do not want your soulmate, like I know all of you have done your homework. I know all of you have done your homework. I know. I've gone through it, right? At least the people who haven't done day 2 have definitely done. Like I know. Like you've done 1, you're on your way to 2, you're doing your homework, right? So you are saying you want your soulmate, and you're doing your homework, and you're showing up for lives, which means there's not a conflict there, right? But in the past, you have said, I want my soulmate, and then you're dating an asshole or something, right? That is saying you want your soulmate and then having something and you're doing the opposite, right? So your homework is, where are you saying you want one thing, but acting in a way that is keeping you from what you want, right? You're going to have to go into the past for this and say, like, okay, I was saying I want my soulmate, but I was actually staying around too long. And once I saw the red flags, I stayed too long, right? So that's an example. Okay, so that is a love block. If you are saying one thing and you're acting in a different way, right? So that is a love block. How are your actions not matching up with what you say you want? Okay, who's ready for the commitment, right? Who's ready for the commitment? Nothing less than the vision. Nothing less than the vision. So you have to commit to nothing less than that vision, which means you have to keep your energy up. So we've got to keep our energy up, right? So you guys got to commit to having that energy. Because every time you waver, every single time, I thought the red flag stood for love. That's a joke, right? Oh, yeah. I was like, yeah, maybe, hopefully you've learned by now it doesn't. It means run. Okay. Yes. Okay. Every time you waver, every time your energy goes down, you move further away from what you want. Right? So you move further away from what you want. It's like you're on a diet, you're going to go for a bodybuilding competition. Sorry, I'm going there. Just totally going there, right? I'm on a diet, I'm going for a bodybuilding competition, but if I'm eating brownies, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. I have to stick to the diet, right? And the diet is staying high vibe, staying clear on your vision, and locking that in. There's no freaking out. I can fix them. You can't fix anyone but yourself. Yes. You can't. You don't want to fix, you don't want to do that shit. You don't want to fix anybody but yourself. Okay. So, all right. So the key to manifesting is being soul aligned. And I have something for you guys because we got 2 days left. But I want to put this out there and I want to get you guys thinking about what are you going to do? What are you going to do after this week? Because I have something for you. And I'm going to put it in the... No, I'm not going to put it in the comments yet. Because if I put it in the comments, then there's going to be clicking off the video and you're going to miss this. Okay. So last year started out rough for me, right? I was just getting out of 4 years of... where I had 4 years of chronic pain in my legs that was keeping me isolated. My business was going down. Obviously was single and I couldn't manifest my future husband and I was frustrated. And so every area of my life was going down and I was like, what the hell do I do? And I was doing all the things. I knew I needed to fix my body because that was like killing my business, killing my relationship stuff, all the things, right? So I was going to doctors, going to PT, going like 3 to 4 times a week. I was going to massage therapists every single week. Nothing was working. Until this day when I realized that I get to choose. I get to choose, and I actually have to choose to be healed. And it was like, okay, I have to choose? Like, it was that easy? So I was doing all the things. It wasn't working. I was exhausted. And then I realized I had to choose. And I was like, okay. So I chose, and I started to heal immediately. And I was like, holy shit, this is working. This is working. And then I thought, because this is big. Who thinks this is big? If you can heal yourself from 4 years, like, give me some love hearts. Like, why are you quiet? This is huge, right? And I was like, because it was like I was not leaving the house. I could not go out. I could not, like, see my friends because I literally could not sit. Like I would be crying right now if I was in a chair. Like I had this chair for 4 years. I just started using it this year, right? So I literally was doing all my work from my bed. And if you go back to my Facebook Lives on my personal page, I'm laying down. I'm laying down in every single Facebook Live on my stomach. I'm just like on my floor doing my live laying down because I literally could not sit. So as soon as I decided that I get to, it's okay. Yeah, so as soon as I decided that I get to choose, right? This is the same place where you guys are, right? As soon as I decided that I get to choose, I started healing. And I was like, of course I'm doing all the work, but it was the choice at the end of it. So you feel like you're doing all the things and you're exhausted. Now you get to make that choice, right? And there are some things where you're definitely, you could definitely shift, right? We've already talked about those things. Your energy that's going up and down, and it's like hot and cold, just like the men are showing up, right? We get to choose, yes. So then I thought, this is really powerful. And I thought, maybe I can manifest my future husband. No, I thought maybe I can manifest a relationship, because I didn't actually want to get married at this time. And then on May 31st of 2019, last year, we get to decide to heal. Yes. So May 31st, and I'm like, okay. And I journaled out that I wanted to marry him, right? And I'm like, oh my God, freaked out, closed the journal, and literally started visualizing him proposing, us getting married, all on a beach, not in Austin. 4 days later, he comes to my house and he says, wherever you go, I'm gonna follow you. And I'm like, this fucking works. This fucking works. Right? Yeah. Yes. Yes. Elizabeth, yes. So I'm like freaking out. This works, right? So then I end up using it in my business, and my business starts working, right? It starts coming back. Well, of course, it helped that I wasn't in pain, right? Definitely helped. But then I wrote and published my first book in 8 days. And I'm like, whoa, this is crazy, right? So all of this to say that I have created this 6-week, well, it's 5-week, 1 bonus week. So it's 6 weeks. 6 week, the ultimate manifesting boot camp, where I tell you how to manifest health, money, and the relationship of your dreams, right? Because everything that I have learned from manifesting from other people, it just seems like soggy bread. Sorry, not sorry, right? But what I went through last year, I put it all into this course, right? 6 weeks, 6 trainings, 6 Q&As, right? And I've already run this. So when I come in, right, I'm going to come into the group. I'm going to help you with all your questions. We're going to have a live Q&A every single week, right? Where you get to ask your questions. If you want to focus on relationships, that's going to be our main focus, right? Because once you learn how to manifest one thing, you can learn how to manifest all the things, right? And so that's what I want to teach you. I wanted to teach you how to align with your soul, where you start manifesting the life of your dreams, right? And for some of you, it's going to start with for most of you, it's going to start with the relationship. That's your biggest pain point right now. Actually, I want you guys to write in the chat, what is your biggest pain point? Is it health? Is it relationships? Is it your business? Is it money? What is your biggest pain point? Because when you're manifesting, I'm gonna go into it a little bit. when you're manifesting, before you said this, I wish she could talk about healing. I have the same problem with my leg in a wheelchair. I've been trying relationships to manifest healing plus X back. Did I manifest this? Yeah. Relationships. Okay, so here's when you manifest, right? You can manifest all the things, but when you're beginning to manifest, when you're at the very beginning, which a lot of you are, right? And since you haven't gone through this boot camp and you've just been having like soggy bread manifesting, or else it would have worked, right? When you go through this boot camp, you want to focus on one thing. Money, business, and relationships are neck and neck with me. Okay, so Punani, we're going to talk and we're going to actually pick one. Okay, we're going to figure out, because I can help you figure out the number one thing, because I'm very intuitive, but I need to talk to you about this, okay? Relationship, health and relationships. Read my post. Okay. Relationship, also feeling into limbo with life in general. Okay, so here's the thing. I knew last year that health was like killing everything for me, because I could not keep my energy up. It was like so hard to be happy when I was in pain, right? So you figure out this one thing. We're going to work through the 6 weeks mainly on this one thing. But in all the trainings, I'm going to talk about health. I'm going to talk about relationships. I'm going to talk about money, so that when you go through this, you're going to go through focused on one thing, right? But you're going to see how it actually works with money, how it actually works with your business. It's okay. It's okay. Just get back on and watch the end of it. Okay? Thank you, Priscilla. So you're going to see how it actually works in different situations, because it's hard to manifest. But when you see that this piece works in every area of your life and how it works, then you can see what you're doing wrong. And I'll give you I just want to tell you, okay? I'll tell you a secret, right? When you in life, usually your relationships and your money are going to match up in weird ways, right? So whenever I was struggling with manifesting my future husband, I was struggling with money in the same way, okay? So when you start to see these dynamics and you get that one piece in place, like for me it was health, right? When you get that one piece in place, things start working. Like other things actually just easily pop into place. So that's what I want for you. I don't want to just help, like obviously getting your soulmate is amazing, but I don't want to just help you there. I want to help you get this like incredible life where you can manifest all the things, right? So, oh my God, I helped my client get out of a toxic marriage. It's not that way for me. My health has gotten a ton better, making great money, and the relationship thing is still a huge problem. Yeah, but you actually need to go through something like this course, because this tells you how everything matches up, and it's like you're fixing one thing at a time, which a lot of people do, right? A lot of people work really hard on this, and then they work really hard on this, and then they still have this third missing piece, which is what you're talking about. But when you see how manifesting works with all the things and how you can easily just use this in all the places, then it all comes together. It's hard to explain. Bigger pain point is not letting go, relationships, family, friends, partner. I just had an aha moment. Starting in September of last year is when I started dating my ex seriously, and he was toxic. As soon as we got serious, I started having health problems. Oh yeah, yes. So on point. Okay. So, okay. Yeah, that's exactly, yeah, totally. Okay. So, Idela. Fuck. I told you it always happens. I always get tongue-tied on these. So, okay. So 6 weeks, right? 6 weeks. It's going to be amazing. What I'm going to do right now is early bird. Right now is early bird. And I'm going to give you a bonus. I'm going to give you a bonus. If you get in before Friday, I'm going to give you three private 45-minute coaching calls. How did I not see that jaw on the floor over here? Yes. I'm going to give you 3 private 45-minute coaching calls before Friday at midnight. Okay? Which the calls are super powerful in and of themselves. So, what else? Sunday at midnight, the price goes up. Okay? So, Friday, the bonus ends. Monday, the early bird price ends. Or no, Sunday night, the early bird price ends. Friday at midnight, Sunday at midnight. Okay? Okay? So, we are going to start not on Monday. Actually, we're going to have I'm going to throw in an extra bonus week. So this is going to be 7 weeks. So we're going to start on Monday, the 8th. But we're officially going to start on the 15th. So we're going to start on the 8th. That's when my health problem started with him too, not treating me right. Yes. I will send all this in your email. It's going to be in the group. Oh, I have something else. I have something else. Okay, I'm gonna put all the details in the group. I'm gonna put all the details in the group, right? I'm gonna email you all the details. So you have 2 places to go, right? And I updated your worksheets. So now there's a post that's been updated. I'm gonna let you guys know where that is too. And your updates are really nice and shiny. So it's amazing. But this group, I'm really gonna do shit. It's gonna be 7 weeks. But we're gonna get into manifesting and being soul aligned. You're gonna get so much out of this. The deeper root of the problem is identifying. The mind and body are amazing and what they tell you. Yes, absolutely. So, my MS went inactive after letting go of battery. Elizabeth, your MS, didn't we work together and didn't you heal? When did you heal from that? Was that when we were working together or before? Right? Mm-hmm. Because I know Rux, actually, she healed herself from her sinus infections. So yeah, this is totally a thing. I'm not a doctor, but I do know some things about pain. I do know some things about healing, right? I do know some things, right? So that is it. I'm going to post your homework. I'm going to post all the details in the group. Yes. Okay. So yeah. That's what I thought. So Elizabeth is an example. I told you I can't talk on these things. Elizabeth is an example of exactly how your health and your relationships are tied together, and that you can free yourself from the chronic things that are going on with you. Oh, that's such a long, I can't, any attachments. I know what you're saying. That's why I think it's still missing from your health. Thank you, Elizabeth. So, yeah, and then that's what also happened with my client Kyle. He got out of his toxic marriage, cured forever, thank God, right? He's out of his toxic marriage. He got his divorce. He lost 50 pounds, and he's about to compete in his first bodybuilding competition in 6 weeks. Like super amazing. Oh, and he manifested $250K from the sale of his business. I helped him manifest $250,000 in his business. And then he manifested a job making $150K. Like, amazing. So these things that I'm teaching you are super powerful. And I want to take you to the, like, I want to help you collapse time and space, right? So I'm so excited to share this with you. We still have 2 more days. You guys, we still have 2 more days. I love you so much. I love you so much. If you have any questions on this video or on this course that we're about to go into, if you have any questions, let me know, because I want to answer all your questions. I want the right people in this course. It's going to be so amazing. This week has already been amazing. I want to keep it going. I want to keep the party going. I want to keep you guys going, right? I want to help you collapse time and space. Because what if you could keep this going? If you could keep your energy and your belief high, what could you manifest? Just like I felt like I manifested my healing, what else can I do? And I started manifesting, right? And I helped Elizabeth manifest, right? She let go of a toxic relationship. Thank you, Elizabeth, for sharing that. And she healed herself, right? So that's it. That's the power of what I'm teaching you. So that is it. I'll let you guys go. I know I've run over an hour, but I get excited. So I love you guys very much, and I'll see you on the next Facebook Live tomorrow at 6 p.m.